giving you a vocational leg up on everyone else. Here's our career Sherpa, Julie Bauke.
She joins us on the AcuteHearingCenters.com hotline this morning with Sloaney. And last week we talked about people with too much confidence, people with just the right amount of confidence. And what about, and I wanted to bring this as a whole separate, what about lack of confidence? People who have no confidence whatsoever. People who have zero confidence. I have no confidence. I can't do this. What about them? Where's their seat at the table, Julie Bauke?
I know you can't relate to this, but it is actually much more common. Lack of confidence is much more common than overconfidence or just the right amount of confidence, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. It comes from a lot of places, obviously, the way you were raised, what you were told by people who are important to you. Just there's a lot of stuff, but it can be debilitating at worst and absolutely career limiting, at least, if you don't have confidence in your abilities. And we all have abilities. In fact, we are much more likely to undersell than we are oversell. So, so we all have those people in our lives, and you think about it. They may be friends, they might be through work, who walk around saying some variation of, oh, I suck, I can't do anything right, blah, 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 blah. And it's really tiring to hear that all the time. Mm-hmm. They're kind of those Debbie Downers, those Eeyores, and especially when it's all self-deprecating. It's all like, oh, don't ask me, I don't know anything. That is not only tiring, but it also, after a while, you think, well, if you think this of yourself, if you have this low opinion of yourself, why should I have any higher opinion of you? And so it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The people around you are like, okay, you think you're not good at what you do, then maybe you're not, A, and then B, when I have a great opportunity or a project mm-hmm. or a job that I hear about that might be a good fit for you, you've already told me you're not good at whatever it is, and so why should I believe in you any more than you believe in yourself and recommend you?
So here's the counter. Well, first of all, you said not that you have a problem with this. What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
You. I didn't say you people. I said you, Sloaney.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing.
So you don't suffer from lack of confidence.
Let me tell you something. Everyone in entertainment, everyone in radio, everyone in broadcasting, this includes television too, let me just point out, okay? All those people have low self-esteem. Every one of us. From me to McConnell to Cunningham to Fingers to everybody. Well, I mean, there's always exceptions. There's the Jim Scotts and Rocky Boymans of the world. However, but almost to the man and woman, low self-esteem. That's why you get into broadcasting in the first place.
You get into broadcasting?
Absolutely, or it's television.
Are you saying you want the adoring crowd to build you up?
Well, maybe, because, you were maybe put down when you were a kid or something. I don't know. Maybe your parents didn't love you enough. Yeah, I have no idea why, but everyone's got a little self-esteem. The only guy I don't know that, probably Boyman because he played football, in Jim Scott. I tell Jim Scott one time that he's the only person who really likes people I've ever met in radio, and it broke his heart.
So lack of confidence and self-esteem doesn't necessarily mean you don't like people.
Yeah, you're kind of antisocial, you put it out there and then you're just kind of quiet at home and stuff like that. Man, that's how radio people are. That's how TV people are.
Actors, they say, actors and comedians all stand up.
Oh my God, let me tell you something. After working in clubs for a couple of years, let me tell you something. The most introverted, the most self-doubting and hate-filled people are comics. You sit outside of maybe the, I don't know, half hour, 20 minute, 15 minutes, 40 minute set, whatever they're doing. That's the only reason that they live for that time on stage. Everything else is a bowl of self-hatred and depression. And the funnier the comic, the more dark they are. You want to be depressed, hang out in a room full of comics for a couple hours. You'll get the idea when they're not on stage. I'm just telling you, it's really a psychological experiment. I don't think, people in the media are that far behind, quite honestly.
Well, I think, I do think, like I said at the start, I do think it's much more common to be like that than it is to be kind of that cocky, overbearing, arrogant person. We all know those people, but they stand out, and so we tend to think there's more of them. But in my experience, when we're working with people who have lost their job or they are maybe looking and saying, you know what, I'm not happy here anymore, first of all, they blame themselves.
Yeah.
Things have changed at work, or I'm not doing a good job, or my boss hates me. And in a lot of cases, it's just you're not in the right place. You're a lemon trying to grow on an orange tree, or vice versa. And you need to find a place in which you are utilizing the things you are good at as much of the day as possible. But the problem is most people, if you say to them, what are you good at? They can't tell you. They just want to talk about what they're not good at. And so humility, of course, is good, but it can be taken too far. Being able to say, if you want these 6 things done, if you want somebody to do these 5 or 6 things, you can't do much better than the job I can do for you. Mm-hmm. But if you want these 5 or 6 things done or whatever it is, you probably should find somebody else. And so we err on the, I can do anything. I can do everything. I'm good at everything. And no, you're not.
No, you're not. No one is.
Yeah. So between I can't do anything, I'm just a waste of space. On the other end of the spectrum, I can do everything. There's an awful lot of space in between those two ends to really say, here's some things that, I find that I get great feedback on. Even if you're not comfortable saying I'm good at it, you can say, people tell me that I'm especially effective at doing this, at dealing with really, really difficult and complex customer issues. Mm-hmm. People tell me I'm great at that. I've had a lot of success and recognition for that. That's not bragging.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And going, hey, listen, here, everyone has that skill set, right? And you got to know what those skills are. If you're looking for looks or someone who's particularly smart or money, I can tell you, Julie Bauke, I don't have that. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Yep. Skills I've acquired over a very long career, skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. And if you don't let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I won't pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you.
I love it when you go all Liam Neeson on me. I love that.
I thought that's where you're going with this particular set of skills, though.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, think about the skills you have. The ability to sit behind a microphone for 3 hours.
And quote movies.
And quote movies and quote-unquote entertain your audience.
Yeah, it's entertaining me more than anything. I don't really care. If if you're along for the ride, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but very few people can do that. And you're the stuff you do in building in the trades outside. Not everybody can do that either. And so what is your particular set of things that you enjoy and that you're good at?
Right.
We all have them.
Yeah, and you say, okay, I'm pretty good at this. But I'm always loath to the people who say, yeah, like you said, I'm good at everything. The guys that, everything is a pissing contest. Everything is that frat boy. I despise, I loathe that because, you're just putting on a face. And I think, too, when you hit a man or a woman, maybe for that matter, hits a certain age, particular age, too, you start really, you're more worried about what everybody thinks of you, the image and what your boss and all. And there comes a point where you simply stop caring. And you know what? I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this period of my life. This, to me, is a sweet spot.
It's awesome. Yeah, there's something about your 50s, I think, that makes you say, wow, I'm less willing to put up with stuff. I care less about what people think. It's very freeing. And it's so getting really, clear on what you're good at early and going toward that in your career gives you the freedom to maybe take a risk and start something on your own.
Right.
Or, step out, build a side hustle, believing that you have something that others don't have and they want. Here's the problem. When we're good at something, it goes, oh, you're so good at that. Because the things we're good at generally come very naturally to us, we're like, oh, that's no big deal. Mm-hmm. We brush it off because, well, can't everybody do that?
Right.
No.
Right.
They can't. And so own it and know that somebody will pay you for your expertise at some level.
Yeah, a family member of mine, she's like, what do you mean you can't do, 3-column number math in your head? What's wrong with you? I was like, I can't do it when it's written down. But in my head, you're like, what do you mean everybody should be able to do this? No, it doesn't work that way. And I think that's probably true. And I wonder how much that factors in, because we don't think of that. It's like, well, everybody should be able to do this. When I hear people go, oh man, I don't even know what end of, I don't know how you build stuff. I don't know which end of a hammer you use, or how do you know how to do this? I'm like, I don't know. I just do. I pick it up over, after doing it for a while, mistakes or just observation or whatever, and you learn how to do it. It's pretty easy. It's not hard to put a nail or a screw in a wall. Oh my God, I can't even do that. So, I mean, but you're right about that, is we tend to take for granted our skills and think that everybody can. And, when somebody says, well, add these 2 columns of numbers up, like, well, give me my calculator because I can't.
Yeah,
what do you mean? What are you, stupid? I'm like, math, I'm really stupid. Yes, you're right.
Well, and that family member who said that to you, you say back, can you, build a cabinet? Probably not. And so people who try to make you feel bad because they can't do, because you can't do what they can do, I don't even know if that's what was going on, but, that's really a lack of confidence because you have to use something you're good at and, hold it over people and lord it about, and that's not attractive either. I mean, that's where people just roll their eyes and say, okay, Topper, we don't, let's go down the list of things we can do. The things you're good at are not necessarily more important than the things I'm good at, but they're used differently. So it's not I'm better than you because I can do these things. Mm-hmm. And we forget that. We allow ourselves too often to be put down by others and to devalue what we can do and to think that everybody else has it figured out. And I think also getting older, you realize, pretty much none of us do, and that's okay.
Julie Bauke is our career Sherpa this morning on 700 WLW. We talk career stuff every Tuesday. This has nothing to do with careers. Apparently, it's like some sort of psychological intervention.
It is. It's therapy. Just get up off the couch now and go make something.
What the hell does this have to do with jobs? I mean, is it that okay? You're not good at everything.
I'm helping you get the vocational edge is my new intro, I guess. So I'm helping you get the vocational edge.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. And beware of people who say they're good at everything.
That's right. Well,
generally they're not. Because you know what? I work for people like that, and they literally screw everything up.
Yeah, that's lack of confidence, actually. When you say you're good at everything and you believe it, that's actually lack of confidence.
Right. Let me fix this. Let me fix what's not broken. Well, boy, we got problems here because I'm the smartest person in the room because I got a big title.
That's right. We talked about that last week. People that don't let anybody else talk. Overconfidence, at some level, is lack of confidence.
Right.
And so finding that right level and owning what you're good at, and as much as you can, say no to the things you aren't.
Julie Bauke, our career Sherpa from the Bauke Group. That's BAUKE, BaukeGroup.com. She is your
BaukeGroup.com. That's where you can find out all the fun things we're doing to help you get your vocational edge.
All right, very good. Julie, thanks again. We'll talk next week. Appreciate it.
All righty.